Okay, there you go. All right. Well, listen, welcome everybody. Welcome everyone. Say hi, Ron.
Hi, Ron.
Hi, Ron.
All right, good. And
Hi,
thanks for
Ron.
the enthusiasm. I appreciate it. You know, and I see a lot of friends here, a lot of familiar faces, some new people I haven't met before, some that have been around for a long time. We got the feedback. Can we mute that out? There we go. And some of you have been around a very long time, so thank you for and I honor you guys. Thank you for your time today. I appreciate that you showed up and hopefully you showed up to be a part of this with me. But I really value what you do. A lot of you make a lot of money, and I know that to take a half an hour or an hour out of your day is a big deal. So thank you. I want to start off, you know, I talked to Neil about what do you want me to talk about? Well, I'm promoting a class coming up week after next. I know you guys have heard about it. It's the Productivity School, and it's coming to Irvine week after next. Productivity School. Josie, you've been here. How many productivity schools have you attended in your career? Several, right? Yeah, she's, you know, and a lot of you have been there and you've come to mine before, but it's March 18th, 19th, and 20th. It's at the new Sonesta Hotel in Irvine, right across the street from the airport. The normal price is $350, but I'll tell you guys about that later, okay? But it's a 3-day course and it runs from 9 to 4. It used to be 4 days, but Mike and I, we like crunched it down and put it into 3 days, so you don't have to spend as many as many days there to get the same material, okay? So again, thanks for your time. Let's have a great call today. I'm going to give you a little taste of the Productivity School right now, or in just a minute or two, okay? Taste of it. So I heard over the holidays, or after the holidays, I heard this alarming statistic, and I looked it up, and it's true. And have you guys heard that last year, 71% of the agents in the United States did not do a deal? Not even one. 71% did not do a deal. And I was like, well, that's shocking, alarming. And then what I heard is that of those that did deals, 90% of them did less than 4. That means they did 1, 2, or 3 deals the entire year. Okay? So I just want you to know that what most of us on this call, I know we're trying to get to the next levels. Most of us, we're trying to get into like the 1 percentile. In fact, we're trying to get into a fraction of 1% of people in this country who make this kind of money that we're looking for. So does everyone understand what we're up against here? Most people cannot do what you're trying to do. Now, what I've also learned is this. Why is it that agents making money in the business, why is it most of them are making 50 to 60 grand a year? Imagine if we got our stockbroker's license and we got our license to be a stockbroker, and then we make 50K a year. It's like, what? Why? What's the point? Why did you get into that line of work if you're only going to make 50K? And I want you to think about why is most real estate agents don't make any money, and those that do make money, the majority cannot even make a living. All right, but why? Why is the question. And here's what I'm going to tell you. Most agents, including myself, when we get into the business, we never had a sales job and we've never had sales training. And here we are, trying to run a sales business of our own without training. Now, those of you earlier when you guys came on, a lot of you were smiling. Let me see your smiles. Right? Thanks, Neil. Yeah, great one. Great. Everyone, thank you. Great smiles. And those smiles remind me of the smile you had on your face when you got your license. Remember when you guys got your license way back when? Remember? So happy. I'm going to do it. This is my ticket to ride. This is it. There's no limit on how much money I can make in real estate. Yet most of us are barely making ends meet at this business. Now, I'm not talking to necessarily all of you on this call. You're at a higher level and I'm clear, okay? But some of it makes sense, okay? So no sales training and no sales job experience before. Now, some of you are like, well, I had a sales job. Okay, we're not talking about retail where people walk in the front door. We're not talking about that. That's not sales. We're talking about direct sales, having to make calls, having to go visit potential customers, make a presentation, ask them to buy your product or service. Okay, so here's what the problem. Write down unwillingness to talk to people about real estate. Because we don't have a sales background or sales training, most agents don't get it. But what everyone experiences is this unwillingness to talk to people about real estate. Now, those of you on this call, if someone walks in the front door of the office and wants to talk about real estate, will you talk to them? Yes. Yeah, of course I will. If they call you on the phone, yeah, I have some questions about real estate. Could you help me? Yes, I'll talk to them about real estate all day long if they call me, if they walk in the door. But when I say, hey, you got to go out and talk to them about real estate. Ho, 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 now. Wait a minute, Ron. Wait a minute. That's a different story here, right? Okay, so we have this unwillingness. Now, even those of you that prospect currently and have for years, you know that feeling inside, that unwillingness that you don't really want to, but you know you have to. So you do it anyway, right? But you have this twinge, this little butterfly, this little feeling about the act of prospecting or generating new business on your own. Let me ask you a question. I see a show of hands. Who wants to make a lot of money? A lot. Okay. Okay. Most of you have your hand up, right? Sally, did you put your hand up? Yes. Okay.
Our maintenance guy is raising his hand.
The maintenance guy's like, I don't want to raise. Okay. All right, good. A lot of money. So what's the problem? What's the problem with us, with this unwillingness, with the fact that I'm barely, supporting myself, or I can't get to the level of income I want? What is the problem? Let's write it down. And by the way, Neil, I'm not presenting anything new today, just so you know, okay? It's not new, but write down, here's what's going on with most of agents in our industry is a fear of rejection. A fear of rejection. We have it. A fear of embarrassment. A fear of embarrassment. And then the other most common one is this fear of acceptance. What if, Richard? What if they say yes? Oh my God, now what do I do? What do I say? What do I bring? What do I wear? What do I do? What if they say something and I don't have the answer? What am I supposed to put together? Like, what if, by God, someone set an appointment with me? What am I going to do next? Okay, so here's what was interesting. So I have the good fortune of talking to you folks today. The last 3 weeks, I've been going around Southern California, speaking to companies and offices and presenting the same material. I've been to 80 people, 50 people, 70. I had 20 yesterday. And you know what's interesting? And Neil's going to get a kick out of this. So watch, I asked everybody this question, okay? And you guys don't have to answer, but I asked everyone, I said, if my wife and I wanted to sell our rental condo here in this city where I'm at today, and I was up north and I was in the Inland Empire, if we wanted to sell our condo today, raise your hand if you feel prepared that you could come out and make a presentation to Michelle and I about selling our house. Who could do it? Who's prepared? Okay. Now on this call, I would say I'm going to see a lot more hands, but there's people on the call and we'll be watching this later that you can put your hand down, Eva, that they're not prepared. In fact, that's all we could see was your hand, just so you know. Okay. They're not prepared to go. And so I started asking questions. Well, like, do you have your materials together? Do you have a pre-listing package to send over? Do you know what's in it? Do you know what to put in it? Do you know what to do when you get there? Do you know what to do, the 5 things to do before you go? And they're like, oh, no, I don't know how to do it, right? Now, the training that I'm doing at Productivity School, I think is the training they should give us to get a real estate license. They should teach us how to sell when we get our license. But that's not what they teach us, is it, guys and gals? All they teach us is how to stay out of jail. The only thing I remember from all of the real estate school and the big test and everything that we passed, all I remember was how many feet in an acre. That's it. And then they got my license. I'm like, good to go. Right? But I don't know what to do, what to say. I don't have any idea how this is supposed to work. Okay, so fear of rejection, fear of embarrassment, and fear of acceptance. Now, this fear of rejection, embarrassment, I truly think it's about embarrassment. And see, most people are not willing to put themselves into any situation that could potentially be embarrassing, like speaking in public, hosting a call, knocking on a door, phoning a homeowner. They're not willing to do anything that could potentially embarrass them. Raise your hand if you're the first person to jump up at karaoke and you want to go first. Who is it? Really? Christopher, you go first at karaoke? Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can sing. That's why. That's the only reason
He
why I
can
do
sing and he knows what to do. So he's like,
it.
like, let me up there. Me, I'm like, oh my God, no. Okay.
When
So,
when I'm drunk, I'm the first one.
oh, alcohol helps you out with that. Is that right? Okay. Well, watch. Why do I have these fears? It's because A, I don't know what to do and I don't know what to say. And when I don't know what to say in a situation, I find myself pulling back from it, avoiding it, resisting it, not wanting to have it or do it when I don't know what to say. But like Christopher, he knows how to sing. He knows the words to the songs, so he can jump up and do it with confidence. And I'm just trying to, that's a good example. Juan Carlos, you got to put alcohol and then all that stuff starts happening. Well, that's okay too, I guess, whatever it takes. But here's my question. Now, have you in your career, or are any of you currently struggling with this, what I'm talking about right now? You find yourself hesitating, resisting, pushing back. Come on, people, be honest. Be honest. I see your faces. I know you. Okay. Most of you should have your hand up. Well, my question for you guys is this. Are these little fears, I might embarrass myself, are these little fears worth compromising your lifestyle? Are these fears worth compromising your kids' future, your financial freedom? Is having these fears worth compromising those things?
No.
If you didn't have these fears, if you didn't have any of these fears, literally, realistically, could you add one deal a month to what you're currently doing if you weren't afraid? Right? And I think a lot of you, the answer is easily yes. And imagine what one extra closing every month would do to the household, what it would do for your family, what it would do for your lifestyle. One extra deal like changes everything. Two, blow it out of the water. Okay, two, blow it out of the water. All right. At the Mike Ferry organization, right here, which I also work for, obviously, at the Mike Ferry organization, we teach people how to be salespeople. We teach you how to be a salesperson. It's not a gimmick. It's not an app. It's not a program. We teach you how to be a salesperson and we teach you what to do and what to say in every real estate situation. Again, who wants to make a lot of money? Okay. If you just want to make some money, well, you probably don't need us. You may not need MFO. Like, do you want to sell 6, 7 houses a year? You don't need us. Just show up to work, dress reasonably well. Don't say anything too stupid. You could sell 6, 7 houses a year. You don't need a coach. You don't need training. Just show up. Okay. But those of you that want to do something significant, you're trying to build a lifestyle from this business, a big future, big income, well, consider that MFO is going to help you do that. So I want to give you guys a little taste of the school today, if I can. Is that cool? A little taste, okay? So let's write down, because part of the class on day 3 is handling objections. So write that down, handling objections. And I'm going to give you a little training in this area, because everybody, Neil, even though what they should work on is their presentation, the use of their package, the scripts that they're supposed to use. They should be working on their mindset and their morning routine. Everybody thinks that if they could just handle these simple objections, that they'll make as much money as they want. And everybody, I need to be better at handling the objections. Okay, so let me work with you on that a little bit. All right. When we get objections, and this is part of the class that I'm gonna invite you to. When we get objections, there's 2 types that we typically get. First is called the reflex no. The reflex no. This comes at the beginning of a prospecting call or even a sit-down meeting. A reflex no comes in the beginning, okay? It's like how'd you get my number? Take me off your list. We're not selling anymore. Why are you calling me? I'm tired. I'm on the do not call. Like whatever they blurt out in the beginning is a reflex no. It's like when Josie wants to go down to she's going to the superstar retreat. She wants a new suit. So she gets the money out, got it in her pocket, goes down to Saks, walks into the ladies' suit section. They say, hi, may I help you? And Josie says,
Not interested.
I'm just looking.
No.
oh, you're just looking. Fabulous. Okay, well, I'll be at the register over here if you need anything. Okay, thank you. And then I might disappear. So a reflex no comes in the beginning. They just realize it's like a reflex, like I'm knee-jerk reaction. Oh, no, right? Just a reflex. Salesperson, no. Right? Have you seen people, even the old ladies at Costco giving out the free samples get rejected? No, no. Well, it's free. No. Like it's a reflex that a lot of people have. Have you guys ever told a salesperson, I'm just looking, or I don't need help, I'm just browsing? Absolutely. But you went there to make a purchase. Why didn't you ask? Why did you say that to the salesperson? Why?
Not to be bothered.
I assume they're going to bother me. I assume they're going to pressure me. I assume they're going to try to make me buy something I don't want. I don't know what your assumption is, but that's why we do it, okay? So when we get a reflex no, as Richard knows, there's 3 steps to follow. Repeat what they say. Agree with them. And then ask the next question on the script. It couldn't be easier. Repeat, agree, ask the next question. Repeat, agree, and ask the next question. So I say, hi, it's Ron with Century 21. I'm not interested. You're not interested? I don't blame you. I was wondering, when you sell the home, where would you go next? That's what I'm supposed to do. Take me off your list. Yes, sir. I'm happy to take you off the list. I wanted to ask you, when you sell the home, where are you going next? I don't have time for this. Yes, ma'am. I understand you're busy. When you sell the home, are you staying here locally or moving out of the area? Do you understand what I'm supposed to do? Keep them talking. And we're going to keep them talking by asking questions. Don't give up. Don't run away like a bunny rabbit. Don't go hopping away scared. Repeat, agree, and ask the next question, and keep it going down the script. So I say, sir, when you sell the home, where are you moving to? It's none of your business. That's like a reflex no. It's in the beginning. It's none of your business. I agree. Are you staying here locally or moving out of the area? That's not your business either. Okay, good. When would you like to be out of this house? March. And then here we go. Now we're going down the script and we get them going. We get them going. Do you understand, people? Keep them on the phone and keep moving with a reflex no. Are there any questions before I go on? Write down closing objections. Closing objections. These come at the end. When I say, can we meet Thursday or Friday at 4? Can we meet today at 3, or would 5 be better? And I'm closing. Would you sign the contract, please? Or will you accept this offer, please? Like when I'm closing is when we get these closing objections. There's basically, okay, in Mike's rules of objections, he says we always want to be in agreement. So write down repeat and agree. We always want to be in agreement when handling objections. We don't want to sound like we disapprove, like we don't like it, like we don't agree with them. We always want to agree. Can you guys be in agreement just to be on their side? Can you say yes and be in agreement even if what they're saying is ridiculous? Even what they're saying is incorrect. All you real estate agents are a bunch of liars. I'd be like, I couldn't agree with you more. I don't blame you for feeling that way. I was wondering, when you sell the home, where are you going next? Okay, I just agree. Yeah, you're right. They are right. Do you guys remember one of the oldest adages in the world? The customer is always right. Can you stick to that even when handling objections? Say yes. Okay. All right, good. So we're going to repeat, agree, write down handle is step number 3, handle, and step number 4 is close. Repeat, agree, handle, close. Okay, why do we repeat? Anyone? Why do we repeat what they say?
So that they know that we're engaged and listening.
Oh, thank you. They know we're engaged. They know we heard them. We validate what they say. We agree to be on their side. Closing is easy as well. Okay, watch. All we need to do now is simply set an appointment so I can help you get what you want in the time you want. Won't that be great? Let's do the right thing and set an appointment. Let's do what's best for the family and sign the contract. The next step is to sign the contract. Okay, so closing is no big deal. Closing is easy. Just ask for the order, for the forward movement. Where we get hung up is in handling. So next to the word handle, write down in parentheses, write down ask 2 questions. Ask 2 questions. Repeat, agree, ask 2 questions, and close. Ask 2 questions and close. But Ron, the questions, I can repeat, I can agree, and I can close, but where do I get the questions? Well, okay, you're going to develop them. You can steal them from the scripts, from your friends, from your role play partners. You can steal all that kind of stuff, right? Or you could maybe type some out for yourself. Type some out for yourself. Okay, so don't focus on this just yet, but on your paper somewhere, write down common objections, and then let's write down a few. Let's write down friend in the business. You guys hear that one on a regular basis? I know somebody, I have a friend, we're going to use our daughter, same agent, like I have a friend in the business. Write down, we're waiting for blank. I'll send these questions to Neil just so you guys know. You don't need to write them down. We're waiting for blank. What are they waiting for recently? Waiting for the election, waiting for the holidays, waiting for the new year, waiting for school to get out, waiting for the snow to melt, waiting for rates to come down, waiting for the retirement, they're always going to be waiting. We need to know what to say. Write down, bring me a buyer and I'll pay you blank. Bring me a buyer. Don't want a list, but if you bring a buyer, I'm paying commission. Bring me a buyer. Do you guys hear that one? Those of you that prospect, you hear that. Those of you that don't, you're not saying yes. You're like, oh, no, I don't hear that. I never heard that one before. Well, you're not doing anything then. We're not selling anymore is another common one. When we call expireds and stuff like, oh, no, we're not selling anymore. We changed our mind. Okay, we're not selling anymore. So these are just some of the common objections. Now, Mike Ferry posts for free on the website 40 objections handled, and you can download those and learn them the way some of us on this call have learned them, and they're fabulous, right? But I like this little process: repeat, agree, ask a couple of questions, and close. Okay, so let me just show you. I'm going to pull that up again and share those questions. And I just jotted these down for today. Just something that I could use to show you. If you look at these questions, like if I sold your home in the next 30 days, Josie, would that pose a problem for you? No, that'd be great. Hey, are you folks open to new and better results? Could you use a strong, experienced agent like myself on your team? Do you want to see results versus excuses this time? Hey, is getting the most amount of money important or out of the sale important to your family? What level of service do you want? Okay, see, I already know the answers, don't I, guys and gals? These are just generic questions that all sellers want or all people want. Okay, so if I can just have these generic questions, those might be usable in this exercise. So someone says to me, Ron, we have a friend in the business, and so we're considering using them. I'd be like, hey, I can understand. It's nice to have people you can trust. I am curious, though, if I was able to get your home under contract in the next 30 days, is that going to pose any kind of a problem for you or your family? Well, no. Hey, would you like to see results versus excuses when it comes to the sale of your home? We would. Well, I have a 3 o'clock today or a 5 o'clock available for a second opinion. Which is better for you? I agreed. I asked a couple of questions and I closed. So you guys see the process? Is that, can someone like give me some feedback? Does that look fairly easy to you?
Yep.
Right?
It's doable.
Okay. And now the thing is I can do this for the longest time. So I need a role play partner. Who can role play with me? Here, Let me pick
Come on.
some. Who wants to do it? Darren?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, Darren. All right. So let me share a screen with you. You're going to be the agent, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're like, oh, wait a minute. I thought I was a homeowner. Okay. Let me put these questions up in front of you, Darren. And just for sake of exercise, and it may not be perfect, but I'm going to tell you an objection, and then I want you to repeat, agree, do the first two, and then close. And then you're going to get it again, and I want you to do the same thing. Repeat, agree, drop down to the next two, and then close, okay?
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right, good. So, hey, listen, Darren, I appreciate the call today. We're not really sure what we're going to do at this point, but I got to talk to my wife first, okay? So maybe call me back later.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not a problem. I can definitely call you back later, let you talk to your wife. I was wondering if we sold the home in the next 30 days, would that pose a problem for you?
30 days would actually work for us. I'm just not sure though, you know?
So that would work. Okay. And are you open, you and your wife both, would you be open to better results?
Oh, absolutely, because that last agent was a joker and I didn't get what I was after.
Yeah, I
I'm still
completely
here.
understand. So why don't we do this? I'm gonna let you talk to your wife. I'll set aside time for tomorrow at 3, or is 5 o'clock typically better for you?
Well, those times might work, but like I said, she's super busy. Let me check with her and see what's going on first, and I'll get back with you.
I understand. I definitely don't mind that. And I was wondering real quick, could you use a strong experienced listing agent like myself on your team?
I think that's what I needed last time, to be honest. Yes, I probably could when the time's right. Yeah.
You can when the time's right. Okay. Now, do you want results versus excuses?
That's what we want. Yes.
That's what you want. Okay. Why don't we do this? Again, I'll let you talk to your wife. Typically, what day works better for you? I know tomorrow might be too early. Should we look at Monday at 3, or is 5 better for you? Typically.
Good. Give Darren a round of applause. Good job, Darren. Right?
Thank you.
Doing it. Now, Darren can go. He can close me as many times as needed as long as he has these questions or some questions like them. Okay? All right, good. Now watch this. I grouped up these three at the bottom. Hey, Darren, why don't you do it again? Okay, so this is going to be your question. First one. This is going to be your second question. And then this is going to be your close. Okay? So I'm considering hiring my neighbor to help me sell the house, Darren.
Considering hiring a neighbor. Okay. Now, and how much equity is tied up in the property?
I think we have close to 400,000.
400,000. Now, is it important to avoid leaving money on the table?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. Now, with 400,000 on the line, and you don't want to leave money on the table, obviously you want a second opinion. Would 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock be better today?
Okay, now watch this, Darren. You can use that little setup anytime they've decided to do anything. Okay, watch. Obviously, you need a second opinion before you hire your friend, before you try it on your own, before you take it off the market, before you use the same agent. Obviously, you want a second opinion before you do any of that. Would 3 or 5 be better? But so no matter what they say, oh, we're going to try it on our own for 60 days. How much equity is in the house? $500,000. Do you want to avoid leaving any money on the table? We do. Well, obviously, you need a second opinion before you try this on your own. Let's get together. Would 3 or 5 be better? So anytime they've decided to do anything, I can use that little 2 questions in that close, can't I, people? Are you guys with me on this? Some of you are like,
Yes.
Yeah.
all right. I'm giving you an easy way to do it. So what if
Yes.
Neil sends you these questions and you put these up on the wall, and then someone's like, well, we're going to use our friend and they're a neighbor, got her real estate license. I'll just be like, oh yeah, that sounds fun. Question number 1, question number 2, close. Question number 3, question number 4, close. Or any question that I could come up with that would be appropriate for what we're talking about. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be very simple the way you do it. And when you've got these, at one point, these were all on my wall. At this point, they're all in my head. Now, Richard Dougal's on the line, which I think is an honor. He's a highly skilled individual at what he does. And he recognizes the NLP of the obviously and all that. He recognized the NLP that we put in here. But I just want you guys to give that consideration. Hey, let me ask you this. Have you guys had anybody tell you that they're waiting for the rates to come down before they do any action? Have you guys heard that one? right? Hey, you're waiting for the rates. I can totally get it. Let me ask you this. If the rates were affordable right now, would you be taking action? Well, yeah, if they were affordable. Well, are you familiar with the new loan programs that might actually fit your budget? No, new programs. I don't know about that. What's the best time to get together? I have 3 o'clock or 5. You guys know about the buy downs on the rates and stuff on the loan, all the rates? Like most homeowners don't even know this is available, but it could actually help them. Hey, if you found a loan that was available that actually fit your budget, would you be excited to use it and take action? We might. Terrific. I have 3 o'clock or 5 available. Repeat, approve, handle, close. Repeat, approve, ask 2 questions and close. That's one way to do it. I also know the 40 objection handlers. I got those in my tool bag too, right here. And I pull them out when I have to, right? I pull them out. I use those. If my questions don't work, I'll reach in there and grab one of those. But it's like, I'm ready. I'm like, come on. I remember Matthew would pull his jacket back like Clint Eastwood. And literally, guys and gals, now I'm like, come on, say it, say it. And like the script is boring to me now. I want to hurry up and get to the objection. Come on. What do you got? You're going to friend? You're going to wait? What are you going to do? Come on. Right? This comes from knowing what to say, my confidence. Okay. So watch productivity school next week, Tuesday. No, the 18th, 19th, and 20th. What are we going to cover? Here's what it is. I'm going to teach you what to do and what to say in the most common real estate selling situations that you're encountering. Setting appointments, presenting, price reductions, getting them to write a strong offer, getting them to accept an offer. These mini selling situations, we're going to learn what to do and what to say. I'm going to show you how to set qualified appointments with sellers. We spend 3 days on setting appointments with sellers, how to find qualified buyers, what to do, what to say to find them. I'm going to teach you how to make a 15-minute listing presentation. 15-minute presentation that 8 out of 10 people sign when it's performed properly. 15 minutes. Okay. I'm going to show you 5 things to do before your appointment to guarantee that you get the job and you get it signed that night. 5 things to do before. I'm going to show you how to schedule your day and what to do with your time so that your day looks like that of a strong producing agent. We can get you lined up for that. And then we're going to go really in depth on this objection handling. Okay. Now, some of you who've attended productivity school, you know that it's not like a typical seminar. Okay. I've got everyone up on their feet. We're going to have about 200 people there, maybe more. We're going to be up on our feet. I'm going to have the music bumping. We're going to be chanting the scripts, role-playing the scripts. Bruce Lee, ha! We're going to be having fun and doing all kinds of good stuff. We're going to be the whole room. Imagine 200 people. When do you plan on moving? How long have you lived at this address? The whole room. The hotel comes and complains every time I do a productivity school. Ron, you got to tone it down in here. And I tell the audience, he says we have to tone it down. And they're like, what? Right? We have a good time. Okay. We learn how to make money. You get a little homework assignment at the end, which is a money-making assignment to do before you start your evening with your family. You're going to come back tomorrow morning, share your challenges, share your results. We're going to work as a group together and learn how to do this at a high level. It's 3 concentrated days. Okay. So here's some questions. Wait. Yes, right here. All right. I'm just going to ask them very fast, and this is how you'll decide if you should come. Who else is going to be impacted when you add 15 deals to your current production? Would adding an additional 10 to 15 grand a month help your household? Do you have the desire and just need to be shown what to do? When you know what to say every time, will you make more money? Are you right now easily stopped by common objections? Is talking too much a big part of your conversation and you need to learn how to ask questions instead? What's the likelihood of you pulling off what I just said today on your own? In the past, do you currently have a lot of sales training and experience that you're able to fall back on right now in your business? Does sometimes what you're doing feel like a hobby more than a business? Do you suffer from fear of rejection, embarrassment, and acceptance? Are you willing to spend 3 days to overcome most of these issues? Right? What's the answer, guys and gals? All right. Okay, good. So check it out. So share screen. I'm gonna put that flyer back up. Okay. And it is the 18th, 19th, and 20th. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You're gonna go from 9 to 4, and I cut you out of there right at 4 o'clock on the dot. You have an hour and a half for lunch, 2 20-minute breaks during the day. And the normal price is $350. Okay. C21 Masters and Full Service Realty, depending on like how that goes for you, but Masters is a part of the Mike Ferry Elite Group, the Mike Ferry Elite Group, which means you get discounts on every Mike Ferry, all the Mike Ferry stuff. So in the $350, put a line through that if you have a flyer in front of you. It's $175 if you work for Masters, or if you're on this Mastermind call, even if you're not, if you're on the Mastermind call, I'll give you the same price because you're here. $175 for you, Richard. It's cheaper because you got to come from Canada. Okay,
That's
but
right.
$175, and then the tariffs. There's no tariff on coaching and training.
Right.
Though.
You know, I paid more than that 25 years ago.
I know it used to be $500 or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. It's $175. Okay, to come, and I just want to let you know that you're all invited. You're all welcome, and I would love to see you guys there. Okay, so if you'd like to get involved, Neil, do we have a sign-up sheet? Did I send you the sign-up sheet? Barbara, you got to mute out, please. Barbara, you got to mute out. Let's mute her out. I can't. So Neil, do you have a sign-up sheet? Neil, you're muted. You're muted. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, if you guys will put your email addresses in the chat box, that'll cover some of them that we don't pick up automatically, but we'll be able to pick up a lot of them automatically. But if you really are interested in this, get your email address in the chat box for us. Ron, I want to ask you a question though. Can you are you open for a couple questions?
Yes. Yes.
So if I have a client that doesn't think we have a presence, or the agent doesn't have a presence in the local market, how would you overcome that objection?
Well, Neil, I appreciate the question about my presence, and you've raised concern about that. Let me ask you, which is more important to you? Is it the presence that the agent has, or is it that we get you your price and get it sold in the time frame that you need it sold? Which is more?
Well, I really want the price, but I wanted somebody that was kind of local.
Well, I can understand that. May I share with you? It sounds like what I need to do is show you exactly what I do to get your home sold and get the most amount of money. May I show you that now?
Please do.
Yeah, let's go over my plan of action here real quick. My favorites are number 4 and number 7. And we're going to talk about that, and I'm not talking about that anymore.
All right, fantastic.
But watch, Neil, here's the trick. You gave me something that I did not have any power in.
Right.
I was like, I don't have a presence. I'm like, maybe that's the case. I don't. He's right. I don't have any power. So I don't want to talk about this. So what I did is I level shifted you and I changed the track. And now we're talking about something else. So what I said was, what it sounds like you're saying is, I need to show you what I'm going to do to sell it. And you're like, yeah. And then here we go. You guys remember in the old movies, they derail, they divert the train and pull the arm, boom. And then the train track goes like this. That's what the level shift does. What it sounds
100%.
like you're saying is this. Hey, Neil, what appears most important to you is this. Hey, Neil, what I think you're trying to say is you want me to show you that. And I shifted over. All skills to learn
it's very powerful, and the confidence comes because Ron, we never talked about this. We never talked about an objection. I just picked something out of the air that we worked on this morning in role play. And by the way, I'd like to invite you guys and gals every morning from 8 to 9 o'clock on this Zoom channel right here. We do role play, and we guarantee you're going to have a role play partner. So you'll never have a problem with that. So come on by, no cost, no obligation, just show up, okay?
Neil, are there any questions from the group here about the class?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask right now. So questions from our group, questions for Ron from our group.
I'd love to ask one quick question.
Darren, go ahead.
when they like their agent, like so I had a situation where they liked their previous agent and they weren't concerned about the house selling. It's a great location, great house. It was only in the market for like a day, but they liked their agent. So I'm trying to figure out I didn't know how to, make it make sense.
So right here, Darren. So, hey, Darren, listen, we really like our agent. We're probably just going to go back with them.
Yeah, how much equities? Yeah, so how much equities tied up in the property?
About 450.
She wasn't open to answering any questions. She was just,
I know, but you asked me what I do. That's what I do.
Gotcha.
They've decided to do something. I'm going to suggest this. My first angle is to suggest a second opinion. That would be my first approach. But she didn't want to answer any questions, and maybe she's committed to that agent. Can I get around it? Maybe not.
Can I tell you what she said?
Yeah.
Second opinion for what?
Well, you have $450,000 in equity, and I'm sure you figured out that different agents can bring different prices to you. Are you looking for the most money out of the home?
Yeah, but this house is going to sell itself.
Oh, I agree. The house will sell itself. It's just a matter of how much do you walk away with.
Hey, Darren.
Wait, hold on.
Go ahead,
Darren, Darren, let me just say this, sir. If you were clear that by hiring me, you'd walk away from that house with more money in your pocket, if that was clear to you, you'd probably consider me, correct?
Yeah, I consider you.
Can I swing by at 3 o'clock or 5 today? It's 15-minute meeting.
Yeah, 5 is fine.
So great job, Ron. Excellent. Darren, I wanted to ask you a question. When she was on the market for like a day,
Yes.
why?
They took it off and wanted to fix something in the house, the carpet or something like that.
Okay. So you really didn't have, it wasn't expired, right?
Right.
It was canceled. It was like a faux pas. So
Correct.
sometimes, Darren, we think that's an opportunity and we get frustrated, really frustrated, because we can't come up with some words to magically change the scenario.
True.
Gotcha.
Okay? Sometimes there's nothing there.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, good. All right. Other questions for Ron Cronin?
Ron, I know that so many agents, I've seen him continuously and consistently have transformations as a result of going to this event. Can you tell us one story of somebody that you remember?
How about my own story, Richard? The Productivity School is the first Mike Ferry event I ever attended. I just met Michelle when we were dating. I went to the class. I didn't want to go, but she wanted me to go. I'd never been to a seminar. I wasn't into training. I was a small thinking person.
You didn't know Mike either.
Didn't know Mike.
Really?
None of that yet. I went to the class. I sat in the back row in the corner of 400 people in Orange County. I sat there like this on day one. I don't want to be here. And on day two, literally on day two, I was like this. Oh my gosh. How much money are they making? Like, I had no idea. The third day, I was almost in tears. I was like, why can't I be successful? When is it going to be my turn? And then on day 4, it was a 4-day program. Then I was like, I've got it now too. I can do this. Okay. So my confidence went from, couldn't ask a question if my life depended on it. And it taught me what to say and what to do in all the basic situations that we encounter. Okay. So that's a personal one. The list goes on and on. When we learn how to do this stuff and we try it out, it's mind-blowing what happens. It's mind-blowing. And the class gives you the confidence to try. Go ahead, Joanna.
So how often do you have these trainings? Because we are going to a top agent retreat like literally the week after that. So
yeah, I get that. No, we do. We used to do them all the time, but lately it's once in a while. Like, will we come back to Orange County again this year? Maybe, but it won't be the same class. It'll be a different class. So this one's probably it for the year.
oh,
Can I
wow.
make a recommendation?
Of this class.
Yeah, of this class. There's more stuff, but not this one.
Right.
Joanna, can I make a recommendation?
Yes.
Well, if you were clear that you would add another deal every month for the next 12, if that was very clear, would you try to figure out how to be there?
Well, I'm already trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure it out when I can work with all these trainings.
Well, okay, thank you. Listen, this 3 days is not going to be away from work. You have homework. You need to make calls today and practice what I taught you. You're going to leave and go do it and then come back. So you're going to be making contacts. A lot of people do it in the morning. They do it during their lunch break. If you want to work, let's work. Let's make it a working event where you actually generate new deals. What if I could help you get a deal from your attendance? That'd be sweet, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
You got to
Hey,
be.
Joanna, remind me which office you're out of.
I am in I'm at Atascadero, San Luis Obispo.
Right. Well, this office, we have an office fairly close to his event. You could go to the Walnut office and make calls all night long.
Yeah, well, I have my cell phone, so I can make.
Okay, see,
you know.
even better.
Look,
See,
she
you have the
figured it out.
answers.
She figured it out. Any other
Good
questions,
job.
guys and gals?
Other questions for Ron? Come on, you guys. At 8 o'clock this morning, they had a ton of questions. Now, not so much.
I got
Patty, go
another one.
ahead.
Okay.
Patty, go.
Hi, Ron. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
I always wondered about this. Okay, so there's two types of no's. On the one set, you say repeat, agree, and ask one question. And then the other set, it's to repeat, agree, handle, and then two questions and then close. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, the reflex no is just in the beginning, like when you call and introduce yourself, right? You say, hi, it's Patty Malone with Century 21, and they'll go, take me off your list. That comes from a reflex, just a knee jerk reaction. You know, they realize you're a realtor and they're like, no, I'm not interested. I don't want it. Don't talk to me. Don't scare me. You know, so those things. So we just repeat, agree, and ask the next question. You take you off the list. I repeat it. Take you off the list. Yes, ma'am. Next question. When you folks sell the home, where are you going next? And I just get back on my script and I keep going down it.
That's why you only ask one question on that. And then
Just one question and just follow the script. The other one comes at the end when I'm saying, ma'am, can we meet at 3 o'clock or 5? Well, Ron, we're going to use our same agent. Like at the end of my conversation, now they're objecting, then I have to do those 4 steps.
awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet.
All right, good
Hi.
stuff. Great
Hi, Ron.
questions. Go
This is
ahead.
Gloria.
Gloria, go ahead.
Oh, if somebody hangs up on you in the beginning, would you call that person back?
Very likely, yes.
Good question, Gloria.
Keep
No,
going.
that was the question, is that if somebody hangs up on you, would you call them back?
Gloria asked me what to say.
Yeah.
What would you say?
when you call back?
Well, it's same thing. So do I have to say something different?
Okay, listen. I would call them back, and if you hung up on me, Gloria, I would call you back instantly. Gloria, I'm so sorry. I think I disconnected us. You were gonna you were gonna tell me when you sell the home, where are you going next?
I see.
I just call back. I'm sorry. I think I hung up on us. I apologize.
Okay.
Where are you going?
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank
Good
you.
job, great
I'm
job,
sorry.
great question. Ron, good. Miguel, you got a question?
Yes, Ron, hi. Ron, how do you overcome or how do you get past the what do you call it? The taking things personal.
Oh yeah.
You taking him personal? No way.
You guys ever walk down the street and as you walk past people's houses, you hear the dogs barking at you? Have you ever heard that before, Miguel?
Sure.
Did you get all emotional and get your feelings hurt?
Nope.
No, because dogs bark. Sellers yell. Buyers are liars. Sellers are yellers. When you prospect, it's going to be no, take me off your list. How'd you get my number? How's it going? What's up? What's this call all about? No, screw you. Hi, thanks for calling. No, yes, no, yes, no. Yes, we know this. Okay, when someone's being mean or rude and it's over the top, I just hang up. Thank you, click. Next, move on. You have to put on your helmet, your mouthpiece, tighten your chin strap, and then get in the game, Miguel. Okay, because it's expensive and they're not always friendly. That makes sense?
Makes sense.
All right.
Great job. Beautiful. Great question, Ron. Thank you.
Hey, everybody, thanks for your time. I'm going to take off. I wish you guys the best this year. I hope to see you at Productivity School, and I especially hope to see you at our 50th anniversary of the Superstar Retreat in July. We all got to be there for that, okay? No excuses. See you guys later.
All right, good job. Let's
Thank
give him a
you.
big hand. Woo!
Thank you
All
very much.
right.
Thank
All right,
you.
don't go anywhere.
Thank you, Ron.
Don't go anywhere. All right. So what we do now at the end of these masterminds is we go around the room and what did you learn today? What nugget did you pick up? So who wants to go first?
I'll go first, Neil.
Juan Carlos, and then you're next.
Persistence.
Persistence, Gloria. Okay, good. Tiffany?
What I learned is that he was going through those questions to see if we qualified ourselves to need to go to that productivity school. And I had a lot of yeses. So I'll
Yes.
be there.
All right, good job. Excellent. Juan Carlos.
Yes, learning very good the script, learning all the stuff that we're hearing all the time in the prospectings and the role playing and the objections. Give you the confidence to come across, in any situations that you face.
100%. Good job. Good job. Email me the list, please. I didn't get it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thanks again. Really good. Good job. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I got that list. Okay, what else did we learn?
Got one, Neil.
Go ahead, Christopher.
The reflex no. The goal is to keep the conversation going.
100%. Don't we talk about that every single morning, Christopher?
Yep, we do.
Yeah, we do. Richard Dugal.
What I learned among many things was proximity is power. And that's if I wasn't in the room with Neil, I wouldn't have seen Ron, for example. I wouldn't see Dean over here, Dean Susan. So proximity is power, and it's a privilege to be here in this group because look what we're doing together. It's fantastic.
It's amazing. And you're right. I wouldn't be here with you. It's really important. It's, the point you're making is who you associate with matters. And right now we're associating with some of the top agents in the country. Ron's one of the top trainers in the country. It's priceless. It's priceless. And this moment in time will come again, but it won't be the same group. Be interesting. All right, good. Thank you. Patty, go ahead.
I just wanted to say I was really surprised by the numbers that he gave at the beginning because I remember hearing like that 50% of the agents don't do one deal.
Hey, Siri, cancel.
And this time he said 70%.
Well, it's gone up in the last couple of years.
Yeah, that was really something.
Yeah, it's really interesting what's going on out there.
Yeah.
And of that, think about this. The other statistic I heard is of the people that are left, that 10% of them only do 3 or 4 deals.
Yeah, that was shocking.
So it's everybody else does what's left, and you're competing with the best of the best. And if you're not at least good, above average, if you can't meet or beat what I do, you might as well go do something else, because I'm not that good at this stuff. Okay, use me as the medium line. Don't compete with Richard Dugal. I guarantee you. Okay.
Well, yeah. Thank you.
Go ahead, Patty. Did you have anything else?
No, that's it. That was it.
Okay, got it. James, did you have your hand up?
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right. Who has another win? Go ahead, Martin.
One of the great things, the reason I'm attending, I'm looking for more role play partners, and the people that are going to go there are committed to their business. That's just my opinion.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely correct. Absolutely. What else? Who else has something they learned?
Marco.
Marco, go, baby.
So he said, I found it interesting when he said most people won't put themselves through embarrassment.
You know where that's evidenced?
Yes.
Every morning at 9 o'clock when we have signups for open mic. It's very difficult to get 10 or 12 agents to go on open mic because they don't want to be embarrassed because they don't know how to handle the scripts and dialogues. Okay?
True.
All right. Okay. What else did we learn?
Neil,
Sir.
I found it interesting when he uses the how much equity you have and goes for the second opinion close on the closing objection. He fits it into any of these scenarios. For example, you want to try it on your own before you try it on your own.
Right.
No,
he's
fit it, yeah. You fit it into
Miguel,
that.
he's very practiced.
Yeah, I picked that
I mean,
one up.
think about that. But wasn't that the script we used this morning?
Morning we used the interest rate, how is that affecting the real estate market, and then we used have a friend in the business and second opinion. Yeah.
Okay. Well, second opinion is his. Got it. Okay. Good stuff. What else did we learn? Hey, Spring, thanks for coming today.
Neil, I think it was really interesting when he explained about that we have fear to be acceptance.
That's true.
Because we are not ready. We don't have all the skills that we need. What we're gonna say to the client in a listen presentation and everything.
No, you're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. What else did we learn today?
Hey, Neil, it's Spring. Thank you. So I was trying to get off mute. Thank you for having me. Thanks for including me. I've done the productivity time 3 times way back in the years, and I'm just present to how rusty I am and how watching Ron in the role plays, how like I'm not closing, I'm not sharp. And although I have an awful lot of fun, I'm not having as much fun. Hi, Richard. I'm not having as much fun as I should or I used to. And so it was a really great mirror to hold up to compare kind of my role plays and the energy and everything that it takes to do that. You know, after 30, 35 years, whatever, I'm obviously complacent. But the good news is I can see that. It was such a great mirror. And I had no intentions of going. We're busy. And I just texted my husband and said, we're going to Irvine.
No, that's great. Well,
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
be
be
there. I'll be there, and I'm looking forward to seeing you.
It'll be great.
Yeah, congratulations. It's all about practice.
Yeah.
It's all about practice and getting away from complacency. And you know what puts a big, giant, goofy smile on your faces?
What's that?
Making a lot of money because of your efforts.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Making a lot of money from the skills that we learn.
And having fun and bringing the customer on that fun experience. I used to describe prospecting as a boxing match. And for God's sake, whatever you do, don't like fall down. Just, I don't care if you say, my dog just pooped on the floor. Now, when you plan on, just say something to keep them engaged, right? You know, that old
Absolutely.
thing, that old comment of, you don't have a tie on, you're sitting across from a seller and you're like, God, that's a great tie you got on, and then you go right into, so if you did move, right, as a pattern interrupter, it's that same, like, it's just,
Spring, I hope to see you in another 2 weeks.
I'll be there. And Richard,
all right, good stuff. All right.
Hey,
What
Spring,
else
great
did
to
we
see
learn?
you.
You too, Richard. What you said was great. It's about who we associate with. It's so great to see everyone. Thank you.
My pleasure.
100%.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. What else did we learn? Anything else?
We've had him on You've had him on at least 4 times since COVID started.
Correct.
And he's always, asking, repeat, agree, handle, and close. Ask 2 questions. Always, always such a good reminder. Thanks for having him back.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you. And as a reminder, if you go, we have all of our videos. There's about 200 interviews that are in our Mastermind file. So go up there, take a look. There's no charge. It's free. It's great information, and things change. What Ron said 4 years ago isn't what Ron said today. There's some similarities, but there was some differences. We had ran into other things. Plus, Ron's 4 years more practice today than he was 4 years ago. That goes for a lot of us. Okay. Patty, you've been on these calls almost every day for 4 years now. Tess, the same thing. Iris, the same thing. Manuel, the same thing. And you guys and gals are better today than you were then, and you'll be better tomorrow than you are now.